I've been heavy on my grind, putting value on my time. I see the vision in my mind, in my purpose I'm aligned. I refuse to slow down, I claim these blessings all around. I'ma keep my focus.
Peace, family. How you all doing? I hope all is well with you. My name is Keisha. I'm the owner of Astrologiks, and I am your astrology coach. Today, I am going to be discussing the Cancer full moon. Bigger. That's too big. Happening on January 13th. Yeah. So anytime the moon is directly across opposite the sun, um, that's when you have a full moon. That's what creates a full moon. And so you definitely want to be aware that we are still heavily in that Capricorn new moon energy and whatever it is we're building for that. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but I just want to look at the chart and so people can see what they're looking for in their chart. It's very important to start getting into the idea or getting used to looking at your chart so you know what you're looking at. So you can become your own astrologer and you can follow the information for yourself. And as you can see, we will have Mars conjunct. Anytime a conjunction happens, it means it's very closely or within 5 degrees of that other planet. So this is the full moon, and then you have Mars right here, damn near on top of it, retrograde in Cancer. That is a conjunction. And I already did a video on there. I will go over it again just because I think it's super important to discuss and be aware of what's happening and what can be coming up for people. Um, and it will also um, trine Neptune. Neptune is right here. Trine Neptune. And Neptune is conjunct Saturn. Ooh. And Venus. I think that should be a separate video. But I like this because I feel like, oh, I said trine. It's a sextile. Sorry. It's sextile. It's not a trine. Um, it'll sextile the moon. But I like this Pisces energy one because Pisces will be in the North Node by this time. And so you can kind of think of this as a point of culmination or a starting point of what happened the moment Pisces actually went into the North Node and what was going on. You can even journal about this time, what was happening for you, and then over a year and a half's time, this is a great way to start tracking, how these planets are playing effect in your life. And that's the North Node right there too. This is really, really huge. This could be hidden things, secret things, things going on behind the scenes, people doing more internal work, more than the crazy stuff we're going to talk about here. It really doesn't have to be, but it could be. It's going to be different for everybody, but it could be more spiritual, where you're sleeping a lot, you're dreaming a lot, you're seeing a lot of signs, symbols, and synchronicities, pieces coming together. Um, you can feel like you're being shown the way to something, even, getting more in tune with your soul. Family, literally, right? Because we're talking about Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and it's rules the fourth house. This is home, home environment, your family lineage, bloodline. You could really be communing with the dead. I hate to say that because I know some people might not be too comfortable with that. For Pisces, can definitely be like a passed over loved one, like trying to get your attention, like, hey, you got it. Like, you're doing this. Like, keep going. Let me show you. And yeah, I like this energy for that. It can help you build a stronger faith, stronger spiritual practices on how to pay homage to past over loved ones, or even, spirit guides, new spirit guides that you haven't really connected with at just this moment, or they're making themselves known, or things like that. People can be going on retreats, um, really, really, really releasing and letting go of emotions. This is heavy water energy, crying a lot, um, just really releasing and letting go of baggage that just, you're over it. You're over it. It's done. It's over. It's gone. This could also be letting go of addictions, feeling lack and lost, getting clarity. Um, yeah, and I feel like I could say so much more about that, but I feel like you guys get the point. Again, we're going to talk more about this. I really just wanted to take a look at the chart again so you guys can see where this stuff is happening in your chart so that you can start to get familiar with, yeah. And I do believe Saturn is still square Gemini. And because it's at a 23 degrees, which is an Aquarius degree, I know Uranus is playing a really big role in that too. And Uranus is right here. Okay. So there's a lot going on here for sure, but we have 6 months to work through this and figure it all out. It doesn't have to be done all in one day. Again, I really just wanted people to look at the chart so that you can get used to looking at it. It's just something I promised myself I would do more of. Um, yeah, so I hope people are finding that part helpful. Do not mind my hair. I'm in the process of, I like it wavy, so, you know, I gotta braid it to get it wavy. Okay. So again, we'll be discussing the full moon in Cancer at 23 degrees happening on January 13th. Full moons happen whenever they are completely opposite the sun, which is in Capricorn. And this is where we need to make moves, get things done, take care of business, planning things out, getting organized, feeling a sense of purpose, even dedicated to making some kind of progress and being productive. And then the moon is at home, and Cancer is ruled by Cancer, so it's really, really, really strong. It can bring up feelings that have been hidden. That's kind of what full moons do, is they bring things that have been hidden to the light, or things that are done, that are wrapping up to a completion. And so there could be some celebrations here. This doesn't have to be all bad, but unfortunately, I also really hate to say that a culmination from this perspective, because there's such heavy Piscean energy, it could be talking about a death or an ending, um, to a relationship, or feelings, old feelings, or even a way of thinking, believing. uh, a ending to a specific faith that you believe in, and things like that. And so yeah, it could also be the extension to that. Like you could be growing and evolving more into all of these things, where your intuition's growing stronger, you're more emotionally secure, you're more grounded in your feelings and emotions. You have more value and understanding when it comes to your feelings and emotions. You know what you want, where you're going, how to get there, and how to intellectualize that. I don't know if that showed up on the chart because I don't think yeah, because Mercury's in Capricorn. I do like Mercury being in Capricorn, even though I don't think it's connected at all. I don't think the transit made the cut. It's not close enough just quite yet, but when we get towards the end of the month, I think it'll be a little bit more closer, and it'll bring more clarity. Um, like you'll be communicating these things that are coming up now more, but clearly, precisely. I like Mercury and Capricorn for that, but it's just it's not there quite yet. Some people might already be there, but according to the numbers, we're not there yet. Um, and so um yeah, the moon is at home here, which makes it super strong. It'll bring up feelings that have been hidden to the surface. This can be the need for like self-care, comfort, wanting to be at home or around family, or needing care, nurturing, or comfort from home and family. Um, this could also be the need to retreat and again, just not want to be bothered, not want to go out. And the need to cry. I cannot stress how much people might be just crying for no reason, for every reason, for some reason. Crying is going to be a theme during this full moon. And so let it out. Don't hold it in. Um, and try to get to the bottom of what it is. It might be something that you really don't know. It could be something that you felt like you was over years ago. And it's like, why am I crying about this right now? Just don't try to have the answers. Don't need answers. Go with the flow. Um, this could be that you're crying for others. Cancer, as a Cancer moon, you guys, especially being in the 10th house, we tend to feel everything. We feel the weight of the world on our shoulders. You can even feel heaviness in your shoulders. I would look into doing some like shoulder like exercises and stuff to loosen up, especially for women. I don't know too much about men. I'm sorry, guys. You can do your own research. You probably already know what and where this is for you when it comes to physical workouts. But if you hold all your stress and pain in the topper part of your shoulders, do some exercising to release and let go of that tension, because the buildup can be devastating and it can feel like it can make you sick. Seriously, depending on how intuitive you are, you might not even be aware that that's what it is unless you're super in tune with your body and stuff like that. And so you have to be careful for stuff like that. Um, but yeah, this can be a lot of different things coming up for folks that they just might feel like they were over it, they're done with it, but it's coming up again for review. And that can be in any kind of way, but I'm getting crying more than anything. Or you might not be able to like get it off your mind. The moon can be mentally like overthinking thoughts and things of that nature. Um, It could also be a really good time to just reminisce about someone from the past. You might feel the need to revisit um, somebody who's passed away and talked about, again, people could be losing people. This could be funerals Okay, again, I hate to say that, and I wish that on nobody, but it could be a thing. I mean, it just could be a lot of stuff going on here. And then 23 degrees is an Aquarius degree. And, Aquarius is most known for being detached, which I hate that term, by the way, but let's keep it a buck. With this Pisces energy and this water energy, like detached on the 10th power, like people are just not really going to want to be bothered. Um, but again, see it as a positive, as a meditative state, as a way to hear what Spirit is trying to give you a lesson that you need to learn and overcome, or that you have learned and overcome. And either way, it's giving you some kind of blessing or a nugget that shows you you've made it, or you're coming to a completion, or it's just time to rest because I'm about to give you some kind of blessing, something to that effect, that spirit is trying to get your attention. And you need quiet time to receive the message. Um, yeah, I mean, it could be on the negative too, because, Aquarius can be like orphans or foster care, people who felt left out in the family, and people could be dealing with that right now. That stuff could be coming up super, super, super heavy, where, they're remembering or they're in the middle of it. And they're dealing with those emotions, going through those things that could be like literally where you need to go through a dark night of the soul to really like, I'm tired of people treating me like crap, you know? Um, I'm tired of being left out. I'm tired of not being seen. I'm tired of doing good things for people and not being appreciated. Like this could be that kind of energy. This could be issues with a mother who's orphaned or foster cared a child, where they're kind of contending with that, or they're meeting their real family for the first time, or learning for the first time that that family isn't even their real family. Again, I hate to say stuff like that, but this energy is so heavy. It could be stuff like that that people are going through right now, where you're like, oh, that's not Tommy's daughter, like a real live um what's the name of that show that you are not the father? I don't even Jerry Springer. That's what I was gonna say. Which is crazy. Jerry Springer actually is an Aquarius. You guys know that? Trifling. He was trifling, doing that to them folks. But some people needed to know. Um, it could be situations coming up like that. Aquarius also rules the teenager, the runaways, the goths, the young addicts. This is parents just don't understand. Where your teenagers at that point where they think they fucking know everything, and you're telling them they can't do something or have their way. And these could be the things that they're doing, running away, feeling like nobody understands them. They feel like they have little control over their lives and they want more. This could be, taking technology from them, like you're on it too much. I said no, you know. I tell you to be home by this time. I gave you the cell phone, you have it so that you can check in when you're supposed to. If you're going to be late or something comes up, you still don't use the damn phone to do what you're supposed to do. We're taking it away, and they can have a fucking tiff or a fit or get mad and want to leave and have a fucking tantrum. Basic shit. These things could be happening. Hopefully with Mars being conjunct there, not wishing that on anybody, that don't nobody get like shot or killed over that shit. It happens. I hate to say it. I'm not trying to be negative, but these things do happen, right? Um, And so there could be stuff like that going on. This could be issues with friends, friends from all different levels, all different places, reasons and phases that people are either, losing friends at a high rate, finding yourself frequently arguing, or you're finding out that your friend did something that was like, or you're just genuinely growing out of a friendship. And it still might be hard, even though it might be cordial and both parties are on the same page, but it's difficult. You could be bringing up people's detachment issues and trauma, and they might start acting out and being crazy, and you like, uh, uh, you know, stuff like this could happen. In the same token, people could be meeting new friends that feel like soul connections. Like, that's my nigga, for real. It could be stuff like that. And then it also rules politicians. I think we're going to see quite heavily politicians acting like teenagers. This is nothing new. Shouldn't shock you, but it's going to be a fucking shit show. That's just my personal opinion. I won't be showing up to the events, but don't say I didn't warn you. Um, and then Aquarius in general is very innovative and unique. And so the bigger lesson to a lot of these lower vibrational things that can be coming up is giving us an opportunity to break free from tradition, break free from doing things in a way that no longer serves you. Do something new, trying some kind of new technology, new ways of living, getting a new home. I do think on a global scale, America's getting ready to start becoming a lot like China. China is in the chart wheel. Aquarius is the rising sign. And I know they have these homes where they're small, compacted. And I know there's like a lot of empty buildings, especially here in Boston. I can't really speak anywhere else, but they might start turning these places into homes, these empty office spaces and stuff like that, and compact them the way they look in China to get people in, especially for the homeless. This could be positive, and people who don't have places to go. They can be like new reforms for stuff like that, but anything unique and different in the way in which you keep a home, a smaller home, a more uh, energy efficient running home, especially with Uranus being in Taurus, we can start to see these things coming up. Maybe not exactly at this time, but again, if there's some devastation, like with LA. I do think this is the beginning of the war, and seeing as it was said to be arson, meaning it was done intentionally, but it grew bigger than it probably intended to be. Um, I'm thinking that they're going to use LA to do those smart cities, which wouldn't be good. Well, these will be the first places that'll be rebuilt with a bunch of robots and technical device, anything that they can use to try to start practicing bringing in this new technology era. And I think it was done intentionally. Now, I originally thought it was going to be Chicago, but it looks like LA is going to be the spot now that they got all this new space, right? Um, but that's just me. The more important thing is sadly, a lot of people lost homes, businesses, and just the rebuilding of that place is going to be wild. And my heart goes out to all of them. But again, this can be like bringing in some kind of social change and communities and connections and with grassroots efforts, especially for like small businesses and stuff, that you start to remember the people that you are building with, whether you know them personally or not, especially when it comes to business. Make sure you have some kind of process in your business that says, you check in on your clients often. If they brought something from you, you should have a process like once a month or once every month or every time you get a new product that says, hey, just checking in, wanted to let you know I got this new product. Even if they don't buy it or respond, it's a way to keep in contact with your clients, people who have done stuff for you, people who you can learn to build with over time. There should be some kind of process in place for that. Now is the time to start building connections, and you should have a way on how to do that. Um, and the same thing with your family, you should have a way to keep in contact with your family and have get-togethers and just checking in often to make sure people are okay, especially the elderly. Speaking, tell your brother to get the thing. It could be, again, people being left out, people who don't have access to a lot of stuff. Those people need the most help and probably will have a lot more reform for things to help them with whatever is newly being ushered in with technology and stuff like that, or guinea pigs. Again, I hate to be super, super negative with that, but I do think that this new technology era is coming, whether we like it or not. It's going to happen. And unfortunately, people who don't always have help or support are going to be the people that are left to um, be the first people to be guinea pigged on or used as examples to see if this thing is going to work. But, people can do the same thing and have some kind of grassroots efforts where they build and create their own communities. This could also be like unexpected events that lead to some kind of liberation. I do think that cardinal signs are going to feel this the most, which are Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, and Aries. So, but everybody has those placements somewhere very heavy in their chart. So, um, yeah. And so again, Mars conjunction here is about breaking free from things. It could be very violent mood swings, violently cutting free from things, letting go of old emotions, leaving the past behind, responding differently. Now, I have been talking about this being more mature theme going on here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as positive with this. I'm just not this time around, but that's something for everybody to remember. Take the high road if you can. You'll receive more blessings. Anybody else choosing to do anything else other than mature? This is your new karmic cycle. You can expect to go through and repeat it and having to address it. Your actions have consequences for the next year and a half. I can guarantee you that much. So be smart about what it is you do and how you do it. Um, yeah. And so the positive sides of this is like taking some gun lessons, getting a dog. I do feel like I talked a little bit about this, getting a home security system, taking like a self-defense class. Be careful for house fires, break-ins, and burning yourself. Cooking. Um, be careful for people being super defensive. On the world stage, we can see some pretty strong uh, language, messages, news, media on protecting my land, threats and crimes of passion, and resolving, you know, any kind of old historical events. I don't know. I'm not, I don't care. But on the world stage, I do think it's gonna get real thorough. Like you want this? you want some of my land, nigga, take your land. Like, I can see it getting real gangster here. I'm not gonna lie. And people getting real super, like, overprotective of their land. Now, this is my land. If you want this, you're gonna take it. Let me see you take it. Uh, it's gonna be funny to watch the news around this time. It's probably already happening. I'm just not. I haven't been paying attention. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, could also be about healing old family wounds, uh, doing some water rituals for healing family wounds, cleansing, um, and purging. So like this could be like bath salts, and using bath salts to cleanse when you cleanse. Um, I don't know why Epsom salt is like real super heavy, especially with your feet. Pisces rules the feet. Um, but yeah. It could also just be sea salt too for like body washes or like scrubs, you know. Um, yeah. Those can be super helpful to use at this time, things like that. This could be a lot of people moving across country, traveling for work, moving for work. Um, but be careful for like old issues and resentments needing to come up, feelings that are going to be coming up quite violently. It can be very uncomfortable and it can come out of nowhere. Um, but again, it's coming up for you to heal and get past it and get over it. So, and then, oh, it is a trine. That doesn't look like a trine though. It looks like a sex time. Hold on, guys. Um, yeah, I think I wrote it wrong. I think it's sextile Neptune trine Taurus, but either way, this new moon is going to connect with Neptune and Pisces, which is brings in another level of healing, inspiring others to heal, doing spas, hot baths, hot stones, going to churches. People might be going back to church, the holy water thing. So people could be getting what do you call that when you get baptized? Uh, um, Doing something near water, feeling the need to be around water. Again, meditation, reflecting, journaling about the past, reminiscing about the past. Again, this doesn't have to be all negative. I really could see this like as a family getting together. Sometimes deaths, unfortunately, bring people together and you're at the passage and people are just laughing and remembering great times and just telling stories about that person and time spent in the past and you know what I mean? It could be really stuff like that and dancing and eating and listening to music, even if you're not doing this at funeral, and you're just making this a something to do with your family, or this is something that you and your family already do, this would be a really great time to incorporate some type of celebration like such. Somebody could be getting married. None of these placements mean marriage. I just want to put that out there. But it could be some kind of celebration. It could be a pregnancy. Pisces is the birth of a baby. It could be baby showers, right? It could be a baby shower. Again, babies tend to bring family together. Again, where you're getting together to discuss um when you had your baby and whatever little like family traditional things that people do at baby showers that can be so warm hearted and uh, you know I don't know what those things are. I'm pretty sure somebody out there does, but you know, those that way of connecting and nurturing and emoting with others can be a huge thing. Um, We're talking about lineage here in your bloodline and generational curses, healing done overcoming them, letting them go, leaving things in the past, healing and getting through things. This could be somebody who's very prideful of where they come from. You know what I was thinking when I was doing this is that guy who what is his name? Luigi? I'm probably completely messing up the guy's name who killed the CEO of a medical something or other, who nostalgically became a hero once they figured out why he killed this nigga. And again, not to bring up any triggers, but when I thought about that being the thing, I mean, I thought a lot of things like Bane. um, I don't remember which Batman that was, but the villain in that Batman was Bane. And if anybody's seen that, it's pretty popular too. I think most people might agree that that was the best Batman they did. That was the first villain that I actually fell in love with. Side note, but um, it just made me feel like the way they rallied against this guy for a purpose. What people might not like that purpose and they might feel like it's super cynical and crazy that they're even calling him a hero. But this is Neptune energy with Cancer, like, rallying somebody like woo, 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 for doing something, for being a martyr. This is definitely martyr energy, or like suicide. Emotionally, these feelings could come up so strong where you've come to a decision to do something. And when people commit suicide, they say the signs to look for in a person is like they go from being super depressed to not wanting to be bothered, and out of the blue, it's like they're giving stuff away and they're happy, and you know what I mean? This is that kind of energy, but it doesn't have to be relative to suicide. I just use suicide as an example, and I'm sorry again, I know that's very morbid and dark. That was the only thing I can think of like what this energy could feel like, sudden, unexpected, out of the blue, like electric, something waking you up because you've released something, you've let it go, you've made a decision, you see anew, you want anew, you're moving forward, up and over the rainbow. Another thing was concrete rose. The things that didn't kill you made you stronger. You've overcome poverty, desperation, stubbornness, being closed minded, petty, vengeful mindsets. You're letting it go. I'm giving it all to God. I'm done. Like, I'm done feeling like the victim. I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to find my way. I want to be a better person. I want to get help. I want to get on the right track. I want to have clarity. I want to know my path. I want to know what I'm meant to do, where I'm meant to go. Like, these kinds of feelings can come through like electrifyingly clear to people, you know. Um, that lead you to be more creative, and more optimistic here. Um, Listening to music can have a super positive effect on people. Um, um, and then the full moon's gonna sextile Uranus, which helps us break free from the tension. Again, that feeling that I'm talking about here, some kind of breakthrough, um, some kind of change unexpectedly coming through, um, free of negative beliefs, letting go of karma, or healing through some kind of karmic lesson that could have been holding you back for years, and you're finally like, oh my God, this whole time, like, that's what I needed to do. And then you're turning your dreams into reality. You're becoming emotionally secure. This is time for working on any projects behind the scenes, any kind of spiritual practices or journeys. Again, writing, mentorship, finding a mentor, unexpected career success or raises, bonuses, recognition, finally being seen now because you made a decision to change your life. And this is where you start to see, like, oh my God, it was always me. I always had the power. I always had the power. I had to make the decision. I was waiting on a fucking trumpet or a horn to blow. There's no horn, there's no trumpet. You still got enlightened. It's that kind of like energy here where something just becomes like blatantly clear how much you've been holding yourself back. It could be financially with Venus here. Again, I didn't do Venus. I didn't talk much about Venus. I really think that should be a separate video. Venus will go retrograde, I think March 1st. But I don't know if it's in Pisces or Aries first. So Venus is going to go through a retrograde um, between Pisces and Aries starting. Now Venus is in Pisces. It'll be there until February, then it'll go into Aries towards the end of February. And then in March, it'll go retrograde between both, and then it'll go direct. So I think April, May, even June, maybe even. I haven't done the video for it yet. But it's gonna be much like the Mars and Cancer um transit, and we've been going through that since October and will be until April. So it's going to be the same long, drawn out thing. And I think I'll talk about that in a separate video. But just to be aware, this could be money, females, sisters, women, uh, your values, self-worth, marriage, relationships, self-love, love for the people, unconditional love. Pisces is unconditional love. Yeah. So spending money, creating values, new opportunities, sustainable living, getting a farm, or just doing more farm-like eating, uh, bright, unique colors. So this could be like remodeling your home, or new money, new crypto stuff can be announced at this time. Um, or doing like remote education with children. That could be an announcement that comes out. Clean energy stuff. I feel like I said all this stuff, so I don't want to keep repeating myself, but resources. You guys get the picture here. Um, yeah, yeah. So that's all I got here. I hope this information was helpful, family. As usual, I love and appreciate you. Peace.